While I forget to come and pick up your feelings. Don't leave no pieces.
Good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, y'all. Hey, IG, good morning. Hey, Facebook, good morning. You know what? Listen, I want to say every day I learn something new every single day with this platform that I'm on. Right? So yesterday I had a guest on the actual podcast platform, and I identified that my sound was wrong. But guess what, guys? I got it right. I immediately worked with it. Found out that opera, that is what I was using for browsing the internet. That is the internet I was using. Opera was not allowing my sound to come through. So it was just issues with opera. But tech support recommended that I use Zoom. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. So for you guys that are on YouTube and Facebook, I am coming to you on Chrome. The sound should sound a little bit right. But not only that, y'all, I need people that's going to be brave enough to press to join my live. I'm going to swap from, but I'm going to put the nest information in the chat window on YouTube and Facebook chat so that people there can grab it. Let me just go to Facebook real quick, and while I'm doing that, let me play this. Giving you guys something cool this morning. Hey. Come through. You know about those feelings. Hey, Amparo. Good morning. Thank you, Tia. I appreciate that. Good morning. Come on in. Hey. This is what I'm all right, all right. Hey, protagonist. So protagonist, you would be happy to know that I figured out my sound yesterday was why I couldn't do this. I was it seemed like my opera setting was blocking the sound, but I tested yesterday the A started to yell. Tested, and I was able to get the sound working. So I'm going to put the guest number into the comment section. Anybody that wants to jump on the podcast today so that we can play with it, so that we can get the sound up, right? Because listen, I'm doing something right now. So I need to get sound work. I need to be able to hear my guests and be able to hear me. All right. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let me go back over to the podcast. Y'all know what day it is, right? It's Freestyle Friday. Y'all know the rules for that. Good morning, Rashmi. Good morning, Mika Norris. Hey, Magnus, move over from IG to YouTube. Muscles and robotics. Okay, I don't hear the muscles and robotics. YouTube sounds, IG sounds good. What is that? How about now? Do I still sound muffled? Hello? Do I, do I sound muffled now? Do I still sound muffled? This is what happens when you change the browser. You change the browser to one another property. Is it still muffled? The video is fuzzy too? Oh wait, I'm gonna end the stream on oh, maybe because my Wi-Fi is weak. That's ghetto. That's better? Okay. All right. Okay, the sound is good now. All right, because I made some changes. Okay, thank you guys. I really appreciate. Okay, good. All right, I had to make some changes because I had to change my browser. So it's some technical changes. This is going to be going on until I get good at this. All right. So I do appreciate you chiming in. I had to change a setting on my audio because I had to change my whole browser that I'm using to use this. I was with technical support yesterday. Guys, I appreciate you. Hey, aspire to travel more or aspire to more travel. How about that? Good morning. Good morning, Theo. Happy freaking Friday, y'all. Right? What the hell are we talking about? Anybody that's new to Coffee with Friends, y'all know what Freestyle Friday is about. That means that we talk about whatever the fuck topic comes up. Whatever sticks to the wall, we are ADHD on Fridays. We bounce back and forth. How can you find me on Facebook? Go to the link in my link tree and hit my Facebook profile and follow me. I'm actually going live not on my Raw to the Bone Facebook page. It goes live on my Robin White Facebook page. So if you go to my link, you should be able to find me. I'm already having a hot flash, y'all. Good morning, Pat. Good morning. Good, good, good. All right. So back to my original input in case y'all did not hear me earlier. Okay. Yesterday, Protagonist jumped on and I was having some problem with my sound. But my sound, I wasn't able to hear my guest, okay, coming through the podcast application. And so I had to work up. Okay, Glamour 47, I got you. I got you. I had to work with technical support. So now I can hear my guest. So I will love, yes, Protagonist, do that. I just love you. I do. Um, I'm going to be testing additional guests. So if anybody wants to hop on, I'm going to share the guest information in the link, and the YouTube folks and the Facebook folks will be able to see it. If you want to join, just hop on and I'll bring you on and off the camera if you want to talk about something specific on Freestyle Friday, because that's what the fuck we do. It is not just about me being the talking head, all right? It's about all of us, okay, being a part of what's going the fuck on here, all right? Okay. All right. So with that, y'all, Freestyle Friday. Good morning, Cheryl Lee, Grand Rising. All right. So good morning. So the first thing Glamour 47 said, speaking of ADHD, Jussie Smollett. Anybody got anything to say about Jussie Smollett? Let me put this guest information in the chat so that people can chime in. All right. So I am sharing on screen the guest link. If anybody wants to hit that link and jump on and bring up a topic for Freestyle Friday and we talk about that shit, do it. Do it for the vine. Do it for me so I know my shit works. Give me the practice of having guests popping on and popping off. Do that for a sister, all right? All right, Jussie Smollett. Who has anything to say about Jussie Smollett? You know, Jussie Smollett got 150 days for the shenanigans he pulled, right? Hey, Black Ice, good morning. And I honestly thought 150 days was a lot. I did. You know, I also thought he lied. I did. So I'm not condoning the behavior, but I felt like some community service and a big fine would have been okay. That's what I feel. Hey, Brightly, good morning. But, my shit is like an opinion, like an asshole. I say it all the time. How y'all feeling about Jussie Smollett? He's free now, y'all. He was only in jail a couple of days. He's out now. Okay, he's going to have an appeal. All right, so I don't know. I just think a fine and some community service would have been fine. Rashmi said, I don't think the crime fits the punishment, but he a whole lot. Right. He is. He did. Talking about losing credibility. See, this is how Freestyle Fridays go, right? We bounce back, we bounce around. Yes, he's not free. I just meant free from jail. He is out on bond waiting for his appeal. Okay? Some of us should be so lucky to go in jail and then be able to get out on an appeal free of bond, right? But go Jussie. Okay? Good morning, Hearts of Fire. Good morning. All right. So, talking about losing credibility. How about Monique, y'all? I know. Glamour 47 said the courtroom scene. 50 Cent said, the next time, if he ever get in trouble again, he said he's going to go through that scene that Jussie Smollett. He was like, he going to walk through the courtroom talking about, I'm not suicidal and I'm innocent. I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but what the fuck? Right? Okay. Community service would, yeah, Theo. So we all agree with that, right? So we're talking about credibility. What about Monique, y'all? Y'all see that 50 Cent has come out and is speaking up for Monique? Do y'all see that? Huh? Do y'all see that? My Facebook leads to YouTube. All right, 1 second. All right. So if you want to follow me, here's the link, protagonist. I posted it on the YouTube chat so you can see it. Right. So let me go back to the Monique thing. Okay. Hey, you God Beats. Good morning. So Tyler, 50 Cent is speaking on Monique's behalf, telling people to give Monique work, put her back in the business, put her back in rotation. All right. So 50 Cent is standing up for Monique. Tyler Perry came out with a statement that said he has no issue with Monique. He said he can't speak for Oprah Winfrey, but he's pretty sure Oprah doesn't have an issue with her either. As a matter of fact, it was mentioned that her name has come up for some possible roles, right? So Monique might be getting some work again, y'all. So there's hope for Jussie. There's hope for Jussie. He just needs to shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, and rebuild his credibility. I really do hope that he does get work back in the industry. I mean, come on, y'all. Who hasn't lied? I mean, I know he caused a whole ruckus and shit, right? But, I mean, do we not give him any more roles in the industry because he lied? Hmm? Rashmi said Monique showed her entire ass, but I wouldn't mind seeing her in some new movies or shows. The Parkers is my all-time favorite. Exactly. Now she did, just like Jussie. I see people out there talking about, oh, leave Jussie alone, whatever, but he lied. So let's put the accountability where it belongs, people. He doesn't deserve 150 days in jail, but he fucking lied. Okay? Okay? I am live on I'm looking at it on my screen, protagonist. I'm live on Facebook. Some of my comments are coming in from Facebook right now. Nakia Monet is watching me on Facebook. And the comments, when you comment on Facebook, it comes into my chat room, right? So it's all connected. All right. But these people did, Monique absolutely lied, right? But I too wouldn't mind seeing her doing some work, right? I mean, this is like the shit we talked about the other day. We go to McDonald's and we forgive them motherfuckers over and over again, right? But soon as black folk make a mistake, we try to bury them motherfuckers forever. Why we do that? Why y'all like that? Why can't y'all be nicer? Why are y'all like that? Ampara said, maybe I was under the rock. What did Mo do? Well, Ampara was that whole thing with Netflix with Mo. That's what started it. With Netflix, she was going to do a stand-up show and she wasn't being paid as much as other stand-up comedians. And then it went on to an attack on Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. And then it just carried the fuck on. And she just showed her ass for it seemed like forever. It seemed like fucking forever. Okay. And so she was kind of like blackballed in the industry. All right. So now 50 Cent is standing up for her saying, give her some fucking work. No, not she lied. We said Jussie lied, Amparo. We're talking about, this is Freestyle Friday, y'all. Y'all got to keep up. It's ADHD. We throw the balls in the air and we got to keep up. Jussie Smollett is the liar. Monique just showed her whole entire black ass. That's what we saying. Cheryl Lee said it's been worse done than what he did. Exactly. Did y'all see the clip of the white guy crashing into cars and jumping out of one car and jumping into another? I sent that video around to a couple of people. This motherfucker actually drove his car, a white boy. Now, if this was a black man, we'd be casket swinging today. Okay? Casket swinging. This white boy crashed his car into another car. Then when they pulled over, he jumped in that other person's car, got in his car and crashed another car. And he kept crashing into cars and driving all around. This was a big thing going around social media. This white boy. Finally, when the cops caught up to him, he laid down on his stomach and they took him in nicely. If that was a black motherfucker, we would have been casket swinging, y'all. And that was one of two videos I saw last week. The second video I saw was a white boy they pulled over. They tried to pull him out of his car. He would not get out of his car. He was able to get away from these motherfuckers, jumped in his car and drove the fuck off. How these white people get slippery, slidey with the cops, but the black folks get the knee on the neck and they get choked out and motherfucking shot? I'm not understanding. This is two motherfuckers this past week floating around social media. What the fuck is going on? Okay. Pyra, I agree. 5 months was too much time for Jussie. Hey, Fire and One. Right, as Dave Chappelle would say. Oh, I got a pastor on here. Hey, Pastor Carabas. Listen, Pastor. Hi, Pastor. But I just want to say this. I cuss the fuck. So if pastors, hey, Kev. Okay, good. If pastors join me, I love it and I appreciate it. And pray for me, y'all. But I cuss. Okay, so I don't want anybody to be offended when they join my platform. But hey, Pastor. Okay. Hey, Madison. Good morning. Hearts of Fire said, what were these people doing while watching him jump into cars? Child, the cops was chasing. He jumped into one lady's car and took off. She ain't had no pocketbook. She ain't had shit. I'd have had doo-doo coming down my leg. Imagine somebody crashing into your car and you pull over thinking it's an accident and the motherfucker jump in your car and take your shit. And he just kept going. He fucked up a whole neighborhood. And they took him in regular handcuffs, nice. Hey, Yoga Girl Side. Hey, Soulful BBW. Freestyle Friday. Do I need to post that guest number again? All right. Y'all gonna make me do it again. That's okay. I'll do it again. Because I don't see anybody hopping on here. But I'm going to put that guest number right there again. All right. In case anybody want to jump on and do Freestyle Friday. So for y'all on IG, if you're not following me on YouTube, please do so because I'm dropping the guest link for anybody that wants to jump on and onto the guest podcast. All right. I'm trying to get people used to jumping on to the YouTube podcast so I can make sure my sound is good. So when I jump off on Coffee with Friends After Dark and people want to jump in and out and talk some shit in another week and some change, we need to make sure the sound is working. Right? We got to do this together, y'all. Yoga Girl Side said he must have been white, raising hell and living. Absolutely. Absolutely. But this is the shit. You could be just driving in your car, going to the fucking grocery store, okay? And motherfucker want to play crash and burn on a highway or on these little local streets. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. What else I got talking about? Oh, Brittany Griner, y'all. Now, I posted Brittany Griner on my page yesterday or the day before. I lose track of days and time or whatever. But let me sip my coffee because this is going to be an interesting one. You know, I posted Brittany Griner on my page because y'all know that she's being detained in Russia. Y'all know that she's a WNBA player. She also plays overseas, right? Y'all know she has money. She can afford a legal team. But what has happened to Brittany Griner is that she was detained because she had cannabis oil cartridge in her carry-on, right? Now it didn't say THC, so I don't want people to assume it was marijuana. It simply said cannabis oil. All right? Cannabis oil, right? When you call in protagonist, you talk about whatever you want. This is Freestyle Friday. We changed the subjects very quickly on Freestyle Friday. But it has to be interesting, okay? It has to be interesting, all right? But Brittany Griner is being held in Russia during this time of war. So is it political? Is it, simply because she broke the law and they would have done this whether there was a war or not? Are we saying that she should have been more responsible in understanding the laws and traveling to other countries? Listen, people, you have to be careful when traveling to other countries. Just because something is legal in your state does not mean it's legal in other countries, right? And we know. I talk about the United States all the motherfucking time. How shitty the United States is treating us, but baby. It's not too many other places I would pick to live, right? It's not too many places I would pick to live. Visit, yes, but live, I can't say I want to live other places other than the United States. All right, and one of the reasons being is motherfuck. If I ever end up in jail, I know what the jail looks like here in the United States. I've done a lot of jail visits and shit with my brother and my son. But I don't know what the motherfucking jails look like in other countries. And based on the movies and shit that I watch, I don't want to find out. So I'm just going to say this. I'm praying for Brittany Griner, okay? Because this shit is absolutely ridiculous and poor her. All right. Now, some people have comments on the page that says she should have known better. That's true. I can't argue with you there, right? But again, damn, how long they gonna hold her for a fucking cannabis cartridge? Okay. Morning, mother. Georgie said, "Wow, I'm holding one of those pens right now." No, your shit got THC. I know your shit got THC in it. Her shit just said cannabis. So I'm just gonna say that she probably just has CBD oil in hers. All right. Oh my God. Yes, Amparo. And that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Amparo has asked, has anybody seen Lock Up Abroad? I've seen that shit. Y'all seen Lock Up Abroad? No, I don't want to be locked up in another country. Them shits is crazy. Okay? Rashmi said, was she already in Russia and tried to fly out, or was she flying to Russia and they found it? That's a great question. I don't want to lie. Does anybody know if she was flying in or out of Russia? Anybody know? I don't remember that piece. I don't remember that. I think she was flying. Was she flying out of Russia? Because she was playing sport. She was playing basketball over there, I thought. Glamour said, yeah, she should have been more responsible. Oh, she was flying into Russia. See, that's why I said I didn't want to say it. The fuck? She was flying into Russia. I know she plays overseas. Thank you, Brightly, for that. Glamour said, yes, she should have been more responsible, but they took advantage of the situation. Now it's political. Definitely. Definitely political. Mm, mm, mm. Definitely political. All right. Before I'm bringing protagonists. Oh, Yoga Girl Sai is in the weight room. Okay, I'm bringing her on. Yes, I'm going to test this right now. Rashmi said, because if she was coming from somewhere else, would it also be their responsibility to let her know that she shouldn't take cannabis to Russia? Well, they do say that. right? Now, this is how they make it our responsibility. They write all these things in the TSA. You have to go to check. They make it our responsibility. The information is out there. They tell you, especially since a lot of people are smoking marijuana and shit like that. They tell you you can fly out of a state that's legal, but if you flying into a state that's not legal, you will be held responsible. They tell you that. So it is our responsibility the same way when we book our trips to go to Jamaica and shit, and I had to go through the website to find out what my testing requirements are. It's the same way Brittany Griner was supposed to go through the websites and figure out what the protocols were for traveling with cannabis to Russia. The information is out there. They certainly do post it, but we have to go and look for it. Good question. Okay, I knew it. A whole lot of THCs. All right. So I'm going to bring in Yoga Girl Sai.
Am I in?
Yes.
Hey, how
Hey.
y'all doing?
Good. There you go.
My reception is, oh, there I am. The reception at the crib lately has just been super slow for whatever reason. But yo, Robin, yo, this is so dope. I need to do this with my yoga. I'm peeping everything you do, and I need to up my game. Thank you for setting the stage for all the rest of us. For
Girl,
real.
I'm over here struggling. I'm live with Yoga Girl Sai. Y'all can't hear her. Listen, she's in my headset. But if you are on Facebook or YouTube, you'd be able to hear her. Yep.
Listen, all y'all on Instagram, listen, jump in on YouTube. What I do is I'll have Instagram on my phone and I have the volume down.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I have the volume down, right? Like so this is Robin right here,
Yep.
but watch it on my computer. I don't know why I do that. I don't even think that's necessary, but that's how I do it. And
Wow.
y'all, because this little platform backstage is pretty dope for real.
It
For real.
is. It is. It really, really is. So I know that for those on IG, listen, please make sure you are go to the link in my bio and follow me on YouTube because this is where it's gonna be happening. I'm telling
Right.
you. I'm telling you. So Yoga Girl Sai, what we talking about this Friday? What you came in to chime in on?
Listen, I just feel like Brittany Griner, and is it Griner or Griner? It's Griner with an N, Griner.
Yes, Griner. It's Brittany Griner.
When you travel internationally, you have to be very careful. When I went to Cuba in 2012, and when we had our meeting before we went, one of the ladies was like, "Do not bring marijuana," and she stressed it. She was like, "Do not bring marijuana. This is not the United States. They will put you in jail. You will be in a Cuban jail." And she
Yes.
was like, and we didn't go with permission. And she was like, "We ain't even going with permission. Then we're gonna have to reach out to the American embassy," which at the time there was not one in Cuba. It's gonna be a hot mess. You're gonna get the whole group. Like she was just like boom, bam, bam. So
Yep.
when you travel somewhere, you need to know what you can and cannot do. Can you travel with your guns? Can you travel with marijuana? Can you travel
Exactly.
with a pet? Do you
Yep.
need a COVID? Like there are many rules from one place to the next. And she
That
was
and I want to pause there real quick because you made a good point. A lot of people, Yoga Girl Sai is on live on YouTube with me, guys, on IG, but she made a good point. The same way you travel with your pets, y'all know how to go to fuck on and find out that y'all got to pay
right,
$100 for them pets. Same thing.
same thing.
Same thing. Make sure you are reading the regulations and the laws when you're traveling to other countries.
It's
The
that simple.
information is out there.
You
Yeah.
know, how heavy are your bags? What's the size of the bag? Like if I pull out my ruler for my bags because they be changing stuff from when you used to fly or whatever. That's number one. Number two, she does this, so like this should be a part of her normal protocol. And when you have a change in regime, when you have wars, when the economy change, when things like that change, you should always just check. But here's the real thing: she's a black woman who's a lesbian and she has money.
Yep.
People will target you for one of those three reasons, and she has three. So, like, you know what I'm saying? She's a black girl with more money than a lot of people in all of Russia, and you out here smoking, not smoking, but doing anything that they can say to give her a problem. I just, like to just have my own back with certain. I'm not blaming her, but I
Yeah.
feel like there's some things that you have to know are reality and move accordingly.
Yeah. I agree. Anybody else got something to say about that? It's very unfortunate,
It
but
is.
I'm gonna tell you that I wonder if we wasn't in the middle of war,
Yeah,
right? Would they be holding her and detaining her this long? All right. I don't know. I
I don't
don't
think
know.
so. I think
I
it's
don't
a
think
power
so either.
play.
Yeah, it definitely is a political play. But this
Yeah,
is definitely a lesson for all of us that's traveling during these times. Make sure, like, when I travel, I go on and I read all the shits. I
yep,
do, because you can't even. The one thing is, they tell you, just like they tell you, you shouldn't even put your battery pen, if you do smoke those THC pens, in your check-on luggage, because those cannot be under the plane. It causes an explosion, and
oh,
it could fuck up the flight. Right. And that
yep,
is information that's out there too. That's why when you get to the airport, they ask you, do you have these things in your checked in luggage? But it is our responsibility to research these things. It absolutely is.
that's crazy. So
Yeah.
you can't travel with that pen at all because you can't carry it anywhere in
Yes,
the.
you can carry with the pen. You have to carry the pen in your carry-on, which is what Brittany
Oh,
Griner did. But
oh,
Russia, it's illegal there. So, they confiscated it and she got in trouble for it. Right.
yeah,
But if you're traveling from here to California, like, for instance, New Jersey is legal with weed, right? I forget how many ounces you can have on you in New Jersey. Was it 6 ounces or something like that? 5 ounces or whatever the case may be, is legal. So if you decide to fly out of New Jersey and you pack your weed with you, right? And you're flying into California,
you
two
good,
legal states, it's going to be okay. It's
right?
going to be okay. You pack it in your suitcase. But if you travel into a state where it's not legal, you will get arrested when you get over to the other side.
Crazy.
You
That's
got to pay
crazy.
attention. And for those that are weed smokers, motherfuck, y'all should know this. Y'all got,
Right,
if this
right.
is something that y'all do, you need to research where you could do the shit.
It's simple. It's that simple. But also know you black with money and you gay. Three targets. And I don't know, move accordingly.
Yeah,
Like
do Russian people care about black though?
they white, so
You
we're in
know what? You said they're white.
when
Yeah.
where in the world is there anti-blackness? But I will say this. I will say this though. Um, I'm pretty sure Russia did not ever participate in enslavement.
No, it was brought up
And
the other day on the show by
mhm.
somebody else as well, and they said the same thing. They did not participate.
And also during when Russia was the Soviet Union, I went to the Soviet Union back in 1988 before Glasnost happened and it fell. But Russia, after the Cuban Revolution, Russia was Cuba's like motherland, not motherland, but home base economically.
Okay.
And Castro was running the country, and he had alignments with Malcolm X and other leaders who were fighting for freedom for their individual people.
Okay.
And at the time, Martin Luther King and Che Guevara, not necessarily together, but at the same time, were trying to unite workers like around the world. And so, if Russia were, or if the Soviet Union rather, was a racist against Black people country, I don't think they would have been aligned with
Exactly. Yes.
with Fidel
And that's
as
the reason why I
leader.
raised that. So I don't know if it's because she's black, but I definitely think because she's a United States.
Because she's
I,
an American. Yeah,
she's
that's a good point.
American.
I'm
That's
glad you mentioned that.
definitely, yeah.
That's a good point. I didn't even connect. I didn't even connect what I already knew. That's
Exactly.
a
That
good
to me,
point.
I think, hey, Bad Guru, Rising, Unclay, good morning. Um, I think it's because she's American, but I pray for Brittany Griner.
I do
I just
too.
wanted to raise that on here to say, yes, Brittany, you should have known better. You should have done your research. But again, the crime doesn't fit. Like,
The
for her to
punishment.
be detained
Yeah.
like over there like that is very unfortunate. And so my prayers are out for Brittany Griner and her family during this time. All
Yeah.
right.
Shouldn't her congressman or senator be fighting for her?
Yeah, they should.
Somebody should be fighting for her.
Yeah, they should be. They should be. But you know what? Rashmi said if there wasn't a war, we probably wouldn't even have heard about it. Absolutely. We're barely hearing about it right now, if you want to be honest.
Only from Black
We're
people
hearing it on the news. I happen to catch the stories as they're posted online.
or
They're not talking
Instagram
about it on the news.
Oh, Rashmi said they fighting for her. Sorry, I read a comment. I'm sorry.
They're going to make her an example out of her. I really don't think being black or gay has anything to do with it. We agree with that.
Yeah,
Hey,
I agree.
Theo over on YouTube. Um, they're fighting
I
for her. I hope so.
hope so.
Um, yeah, so I hope so. But that's the piece on Brittany Griner. That was my injection on Brittany Griner.
I
So
just
I'm
want to say
praying
this
for
one
that.
thing.
Yes.
I'm glad we talked about it because my opinion changed. I now I don't think it's because she's black and gay,
Yeah, yeah.
black and or gay. I
I think
think
it's just because she's American.
she's American.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just don't like us.
Yeah. Putin making power plays. He was like, I got one of your peoples.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like and
He's trying to poke the beast, and we just need to help Brittany and mind our business about that war. But again, Ukraine and Russia were in talks to cease the war, so I'm hoping that that quiets down soon.
do y'all remember when they used to call it the Ukraine? They just dropped the for some reason. Now it's Ukraine. Am I the only
Yeah.
one who was that? You remember that?
Yes. No.
You don't remember that?
No.
Okay.
Nope. Please. All right. But
All
I
right.
got protagonists coming on now. Thank you,
All
Yoga
right.
Girl
Thank
Side.
you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Hey, Kev. All
Hey, yo,
right.
what's the
So
good? It's your boy Super Kev. Can you hear me today?
yes, we can. Hey, Super
Okay, that's what
Kev.
I'm talking about. Now, watch this. First off, shout out Yoga Girl Side and shout out to everybody on IG who's missing out. Y'all need to come to YouTube. Come on, what's wrong with y'all? Hurry up. We gonna
Come
be
to
waiting for you.
YouTube.
Okay. Now, now, and by the way, watch. Look, hold on. Yoga Girl Side. Yo, we live too, baby. We out here. So I'm doing the same thing. I got my other phone muted down to the bottom, so I'm commenting it on IG.
I
And
love
then
it.
when I get inside, I'm gonna go get a like an iPod Touch. We're gonna be on Facebook
I love it.
commenting, running up the algorithm,
Yes.
tripping it, doing all the things we gotta do to get you to the top. And
And this is
also,
what
I'm gonna second what she said, which was thank you for having the courage to go out there and be vulnerable and learn as we go because you inspired me too. I don't know if you ever seen one of my shows. Well, you did because you
I
commented.
yeah.
So I got to YouTube and I was like, damn, I like that show, and you kind of off the wall, and I was like, but I like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm off the wall. Then maybe I have a chance too. So, anyways. I had to try to bring something interesting to the table. So
Come
I was like,
through.
you know me though, the only thing I talk about is the 7 forms of income, and most of
Come
my
through.
friends they don't like it. So I got a remix for you today.
Good. Let's go.
I want to talk about how within the 7 forms of income, you can get paid throughout the month. Okay, because I used to get paid every 2 weeks as a teacher before I got fired, and that just wasn't it. So I'm like, nah, I need more money. I like money all the time. So here we go. Income one is earned income. That's you exchange your time for money, go to work. You can get paid every week or every 2 weeks. That's easy. Income two, profit income. So after your job, you go to another job. Cool. Both of those, you have to exchange your time for money. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, you have a regular 9 to 5 job, you get paid every Friday or every 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
that's coming in. And then
Yep.
you have a side business, an inconsistent side business, but you're still trying, you know what I'm saying? You don't know when you're going to get paid from that job or from that
Exactly.
business. But when it does come in, we like that. Okay. Income three is interest income. For the sake of keeping it simple, this is not financial advice. It's entertainment purposes only, by the way. Got to hit them with the disclaimers. You know how YouTube be.
Mm-hmm.
So income three is interest income. To keep it simple without getting too technical and putting all of the coffee with friends, family to sleep, putting money in the bank.
You're not putting us to sleep.
um, put 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 10% of every dime you touch until you get 12 months worth of bills. Now
Mm.
now the significance, the connection with my thesis is bank accounts pay interest on the last of the month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the last business day of the month is usually when you get your interest payments.
Get
So
this
now
knowledge, IG.
you're getting paid consistently, you're getting paid inconsistently, and then you're getting paid at the end of the month.
Right.
Now, income four is dividend income. So we invest in the stock market. So to keep it real simple, I invested in Google because I watch Raw on Google. Okay, on YouTube. YouTube owns Google. So boom, Meta is Facebook. So I be watching on Facebook. I invested in Facebook. So
Exactly.
I'm getting paid to watch y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what we talking about. Anyways, when dividend yielding stocks give dividends. We don't know when they're going to give them. Maybe once a month, maybe once a quarter, once a year. It doesn't matter. When it comes in, more money. Income
Mm-hmm.
5. Well, actually, incomes 1, 2, 3, and 4 are collateral with the bank when it's time to go get a house. So now you get a rental property. Okay. Now
Mm.
y'all all know when is rent due.
The beginning of the damn month.
So hold on. If you're the landlord or the homeowner or whatever, you're getting that money. So now you just got paid from the bank on the last of the month, and now you about to charge someone on the first of the month.
Exactly.
Hey, I like the way this sounds. And then income 6 is not technically an income; it's capital gains. That's when you buy something, hold it, and then over time it appreciates in value.
Okay.
To keep it real simple, my personal 2 favorites are real estate and precious metals. Now I don't own any real estate. I can tell you how I got creative in there if anyone in the chat is interested. And as far as precious metals, the significance is silver is used on solar panels. I'm outside, so they use silver on solar panels.
Okay.
Gold is in your cell phone. That's why I believe they collect them all the time, because
Okay.
gold is a great conductor. And then platinum is used in mufflers. They're in your catalytic converter. If you're building rocket ships and going to Mars, you need some platinum.
Okay.
So so precious metals, and notice when we was little kids, what did mom always have in the Disney movies? They always pass down some gold to the daughter. The Disney movies be spitting if you paying attention. And last but not least, income 7, royalty income, getting paid in the future for something you have done in the past. Now,
Okay.
raw. Now do you see why I stress show up to YouTube?
Yes.
Instagram people come to YouTube.
Yes.
Facebook, I'm gonna leave Facebook. I'm not sure about Facebook right now because Facebook might end up paying people later. They're kind of big.
Yeah.
Facebook is looking like they big like Google type, so maybe
Yeah.
they'll start paying us later. But the point is, first you got to begin. So Yoga Sai, I'm talking all 3 of us. We got to just put the content out. You don't
Yeah.
know who you're gonna attract. You don't know that Super Kev is gonna stop what he's doing every morning and pull up. Sometimes you just gotta do it,
Yeah.
and then you do enough to get the commercial revenue. Is that what it's called? Commercials and ad revenue.
Ad revenue. Mm-hmm.
Listen, that's why I'm always running up the likes. That's why I'm commenting here, even though I be repeating myself. But guess what? One day you'll get paid.
Yeah.
When we say like, comment, share, and subscribe, that's because we're trying to bring the revenue over to the page.
Yeah.
And then when the revenue come in, and then you get paid in the future for these old episodes. I just want to recap real quick, and I'm gonna get out of here. Even though I be saying that and still be here, but I'm really gonna do my best. Your
Listen,
first
Kev.
job pays you every week. Your second job pays you whenever. Your money in the bank pays you in the end of the month. Your stocks might pay you every 3 months. Your rental property pays you every first of the month. Your capital gains is whenever the price is right, we get it off, right? Like
Yep.
everything has a price. And then in royalty income, we don't know if it's going to happen in the future, but we set
Yep.
ourselves up. Now,
Yep.
I hope y'all learned something. I'm going to get back in the chat because I've
You
been
did.
missing out. You know what I'm saying? I don't like missing out. But
Thank you so
I'll
much.
advertise my show because you forced me to push my show over. I used to go
Oh my
whenever I go,
God. I
but
appreciate that.
I don't compete with you anymore. So I wait for your show to go off, and then I do my Facebook show,
I
and then I
love
move it over to
that.
YouTube.
I
So
love
if you
that.
want to learn more about money, come to my show. But when I'm
Oh,
here, Freestyle Friday, it's
Kev show.
whatever. You already know. I love y'all, and I'm gonna see y'all next time.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Super Kev. Wow. So can't say we didn't get some lessons there, right, y'all? Well, thank you, Super Kev, for sharing that with us. Anybody else want to hop on the guest panel? Let me go over here and read some of these comments. You know what's so crazy? I love y'all. You know, my numbers on IG are dropping, and I see y'all jumping on YouTube and Facebook. Yes. If you want to get the full podcast experience, you have to follow me on YouTube, guys. You do. I'm telling you, because the more and more that I grow my show, the more and more I'm going to just be focusing on the platform. All right. And so let me go over here because I know I missed a lot of comments, but there's another thing that I want to bring to Freestyle Friday, an article that was sent to me this morning. I had my mouth wide open. Okay. I had no intention of, this subject wasn't on my mind, but I got this article this morning. So I'm going to throw it out there now so that you can start thinking about the responses to that article. All right. While I read the comments that I see about Brittany Griner over here in YouTube and Facebook. But there was an article sent to me this morning. Situation: husband and wife, the wife's sister and her baby needed a place to stay. Okay. Her sister and her husband discussed it. The husband was not happy with it, said no, he's not really comfortable with the situation. But of course, the sister is not going to allow her sister and her nephew to be homeless. So she moved them into the house. Okay. I'm just cutting to the chase of the story. All right. Fast forward, the husband has expressed some discomfort, some frustration. The baby cries at night. He's irritated. Okay. So now the wife goes out of town for a visit, for a funeral or some shit, business meeting. I don't even remember the details or whatever, but she went out of town. Okay. When she came back to find that her sister and her nephew were no longer in the house. And the husband said, oh, she went to stay with some friends. Meanwhile, the sister's like, friends? She's trying to call her sister and can't get her sister on the phone. Come to find out, the phone is still at the house. How did the sister leave the house without her phone? Okay. All right. Days later, the sister finds out that her sister and her nephew is living in a shelter. The husband literally put these motherfuckers out while his wife was out of town because he was sick of the sister and the baby living with them. He put them out and they were living in a shelter. No phone, no nothing. What the fuck is the conversation you having with your husband? You come home and you find out that your sister and your nephew is living in a shelter because your husband put them the fuck out. What you saying to your husband? What are y'all saying to your husband? I need to fucking know. And in the meantime, while that question is out there, I'm going to scroll up here and see what y'all talking about. Oh, Elizabeth Michelle Taylor. Yes, Hearts of Fire. Get on YouTube. I love it. All right, get on YouTube. Georgie said, I love it on YouTube. So I can multitask on other apps except TikTok. They interrupt the live because their videos are autoplay. Yes, that's true. Rashmi also says, I like YouTube better because the comments are delayed. Yes, I'm going to tell y'all, I love YouTube too. That's why I tell people to come over to YouTube because I could do so much more, right? I can plug IG into, and I might still do that at some point. I can plug it in here and pull IG in, but I have to play with that, and maybe that's the next thing I'll play with. The reason why I'm hesitant on that is because IG and Facebook, they're very temperamental about the topics that I talk about sometimes, and they flag me, and I do not want to risk my account. So that's why I'm kind of just rocking it out with YouTube. Okay. Protagonist is already going in and answering. Protagonist, I'm going to come back to that sister coming home and finding out that her motherfucking sister and nephew is living in a shelter. I'm going to come back to your response. Let me go over here and see what they're talking about Brittany. If there wasn't war, we probably wouldn't even have heard about it. I read that, right? They're going to make an example out of her. I really don't think her being black or gay has anything to do with it. I read all of that. Oh, Johnny. I agree with that. Johnny Leon Hill said, I don't think it's because she's black, but I do believe it would be more televised if she was white. I see no motherfucking lies. I see no lies. Okay. Rashmi said they're saying that she may have been set up so that Russia can hold an American hostage. Who knows? Hoping for the best for her. Who knows? Who knows? Because think about it. Brittany travels overseas all the time. She plays basketball overseas. So the whole thing is shocking. The whole thing is really shocking. Protagonist said, I hope I ain't put y'all asleep. No, you didn't. You're educating us, right? Listen, this is how we support each other. You know, I talk about loving up on our black brothers and sisters, right? We all have, different interests, different business goals, right? Listen, support each other. All of this shit that we doing right here is free. Nobody asking for no money. You don't see my Cash App shit flying across the screen. I'm not into that. I know some people jump on their podcast and you see their Cash App shit flying across the screen because they looking for donations. That's not me, y'all. I'm not here. This is free. All right. So when we have guests on this show that come on to talk about the things that they are doing, let's support our brothers and sisters. Okay. These things might not interest you directly, but guess what? It's a wealth of information that Kev gave. right? Somebody on here might benefit from that shit. I know I liked it. I need to start paying attention to the 7 forms of income because we can never have too much money, especially the way the economics are these days. We need to have various forms of income, y'all. Okay. Rashmi said, no, the husband was okay with it at first. He even went and picked the sister and baby up. Okay, see, I read through it real fast this morning. But the fuck? Okay, so initially, we're back to the story of the husband and wife whose wife's sister and nephew came to live with them. He was okay with it in the beginning, but then at some point he wasn't okay with it. And she came home and found her sister and nephew gone, living in a shelter, and her sister's phone was still at the house. Supposedly she lost it or couldn't find it. The husband probably took that shit. Okay, so she couldn't call the sister. I know. Juanita, Rashmi's name keeps changing. Today is Rashmi Robertson. Yesterday it was Mimi R. We can't keep up. Rashmi said, laugh out loud. I wish I could hop on with this topic. You can hop on. You can hop on and whisper. The fuck? Hop on and show your face. Georgie said, why did she go out of town and leave her sister there? She went out of town for a funeral or a business trip. Rashmi, help me remember. I read the shit real fast, but she had to go out of town. But okay, before I read the rest of the paragraph, Georgie, your sister lived with you, which means what? You never gonna go out of town? You never gonna go on vacation? You're not gonna go hang with your friends on the weekend? If my sister lived with me and I had weekend plans or some shit, whether it was for business, a funeral, or just fucking around with my friends, I'm not there to babysit my sister. She lived there, right? I was scared Una lived them. This was a disaster from the beginning. Making someone live in their own home uncomfortable is a no. Rashmi said, Juanita, I don't know. 1 minute it says Rashmi, the next minute it says Mimi. I know, it's crazy. Georgie says, now, if she was in a domestic situation, no matter what let her come to the safety, but a plan needs to be put in place. A man, woman should be in their own home, free balling and boob swinging the fuck out. I know that's right. Protagonist said, I also have a link tree. Go to his bio, click his link tree. This is what these link trees are for. Follow us across all of our platforms so you don't miss shit we doing. Right? Arnold said, Wait a minute. AG said, y'all want my Cash App? I know that's the fuck right. I know that's right. Let me go into Protagonist's comment. Wait. Protagonist said, if your husband brings your sister to a shelter, what is the conversation? That's what I'm asking. What the fuck are you saying to your husband when you get home? Okay? What do you say to your husband when you get home is what I'm asking. Protagonist said, if my sister-in-law is living in my crib, I'm going to help her understand money so she can stand on her own too. You're going to give her the 7 forms of income, right? Well, this is what I would say. This is what the conversation would look like if that was my... First of all, if I came the fuck home, let me just put this out here right the fuck now. If I came home and my sister was in the shelter with my nephew, I'm going to say this. Any man that ever dated me, please the fuck stand up and call me a liar right now. Call me a liar right now, because what I'm about to say is nothing but the motherfucking truth. I'm coming in blazing. I'm coming in the fuck blazing. If I find out that my sister and my nephew is in a shelter, I'm going to fuck off. That's going to be a big ass problem. And I'm going right to the motherfucking shelter and I'm getting my sister and this kid and we coming the fuck back. And I'm going to look at my husband and be like, what the fuck? Now we can sit down and we could talk about this, but that's not a decision he needed to make on his own. Now I understand it's his house too. I get it. Right? But there's a compromise that needs to be made. If my sister was to move in, the compromise is that, okay, if she's annoying my husband, which is fine, because he got a right to be comfortable in his own home. But we would have to compromise on a time frame. Okay, my sister's gonna be here. Let's pick a time frame. Let's let 6 months. Give my sister 6 months to get on her feet and get the fuck out. Let's suffer for 6 months together. We good? It would have to be a compromise, but you the fuck not putting my sister out. Okay? Listen, I done told y'all what the fuck happened when my ex tried to put my son out the house. Okay? He was going out with the bags and I was the fuck coming in with the bags, and I said I will call 911. It'll be a whole motherfucking war. Now, you're entitled to be comfortable in your home, but it has to be a conversation. And then you dropped her off without her cell phone. So how is she gonna call somebody in the event of emergency? Bitch, I'm coming in blazing. I'm coming in blazing. Now, I'm not saying I'm right, but shit, I'm human. And my human reaction would have been blazing. That's it, and that's motherfucking all. Okay? Company living there making them uncomfortable. I agree with that. I don't particularly like living with anybody. Listen, Rashmi tells me all the time, listen, something happened, you could come stay with me. And I be in my head like, I know I can, but I don't want to. I don't want to live with anybody. I want to live by myself because I have my own ways. People have their own ways, and you can love each other and get along until you live together, right? And so I try to live in my own space because I have my own routines and shit that I like to do. And I don't want to inconvenience nobody else trying to maintain my lifestyle. Okay? So I know it could be uncomfortable when people are living together, but baby, don't let me come home and find my family in the shelter. Please don't, God, please don't. Okay? Hey, be your own kind. Exactly. What the fuck? Protagonist said, I'll even help her get opportunities, but everyone deserves a chance to come back. Absolutely. Hey, VDI photo. Right? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Everybody deserves, to be able to come back. Right? How many times I paid off all my credit cards and how many times I blew them shits up and I be stressing about my financial situation. So people go through things. Everybody deserves a chance. Pat said, I would get my sister a studio apartment and pay her rent for about 6 months so that she can get on her feet. She should not interfere with her marriage over the issue. What if they don't have the finances to do that, Pat? Now, that's a great idea. I've done that. When my son got to a point, when I packed up to move to Florida for a short period of time, that's how the fuck he got the apartment he's in. I helped find that apartment. I put my name on that shit because he's a felon and they would not approve him. And he's been in that apartment since, right? And he wasn't working at the time. And so I paid his rent for a period of time. I did. Right? I did the same thing for my brother. He came out of jail. I got him an apartment. He got himself an apartment. And I paid his rent for 6 months. I did. But if you don't have the financial to do that, then what? Hey, Rise and B, good morning. Then what? Oh, right. You can't have right. There's no camera. Right. And you're not supposed, yeah. No camera and work. I mean, I could do it from my phone. Yes, you could. But I don't want you to get in trouble. So, save it for Coffee with Friends After Dark because your ass will be home then. Johnny said nobody can keep up with always me aliases. Exactly. Always me, Mimi R, Rashmi Robeson. I mean, come the fuck on, y'all. Protagonist said, I would co-sign credit cards to help her get back. I may be broke, but I got good credit. Okay, co-sign credit cards. We talked about that co-signing the other day, and the majority of people on here said, fuck that shit. But helping somebody with their credit is a good one too. Okay. AG said if he did that to a child and the mother, his wife's sister, I believe he never liked her. I also can imagine how he treats his wife. Overall, his heart is cold. At least this about the child. Exactly. Like, how do you put the fucking sister and her kid out in a shelter? Like, I don't think any man would do that to me. You know why? Because they know I'm motherfucking crazy. I don't think a man would risk me coming home and finding my family members in a shelter. I swear I don't think anybody would do that to me because I would. I can't. I really cannot. Okay? I can't. I can't imagine. At least think about the child. I agree with you, AG. I agree with you. Hey, Super Kev on IG.
I'm back, but my other phone died, so I'm over here.
Okay.
And I just didn't feel like passing up the nice weather right now.
I hear that.
But watch this. I was cooling. I was in the comment section, and then most of the chat said, "Fuck that." What? Hold on. Let me tell you something. There's a reason why the Black community is where we are, and I'm doing my best to get us to the next level. But if you go into the Jewish community and the Chinese community, at least that's the people that get money that I be around sometimes, and they definitely co-sign each other's loans to help them get to the next level. Group economics. They got kids as authorized users as early as 2 years old. As a matter of fact, my son is 3. He's already an authorized user. Little kid, he don't know nothing about credit cards. Oh, my dad. Yeah, little guy, you got good credit. What are you talking about? Fuck out of here. Most of us don't want it. Yo, if y'all don't go and help each other, but here's the thing. We ain't co-signing loans to go buy some Nikes. We don't do that. But if you co-sign a loan to get a property so that you can use that property, rent it out, and help your brothers and sisters skip steps to this bag, what do y'all mean, fuck no? Okay, you want to know why y'all said fuck no? It's a lack of financial literacy. But the more you understand about money and group economics and following the steps that was laid before you, such as the rich white people, them wealthy Asians, them freaking Jewish, bro, if they got money and we don't you think we should be doing what they doing? Anyways, I'm getting hot. So to the comments.
Thank you.
Yo, run up the comments, pull up to the YouTube, and then I'll be over there when I get my phone back.
All right.
See y'all.
Thank you so much.
I don't know how to get out, but I'm hot.
All right. Thank you so much. Oh God, I love it, y'all. But that's a good point. You know, a lot of us say, you know, we're not going to co-sign, or fucking family members can't live with us. But it's so true. How do we help each other in the community rebuild? A lot of people fall flat on their faces and we have to rebuild. It happens. It happens, people, but we are the first people to say, "Dumb motherfuckers can't live with me. I'm not fucking co-signing for this one. I'm not giving this motherfucker no money." But Super Kev is right. The Jewish community, look at it. Look at it. We got to do better. All right. Elizabeth says, "My sister can never stay with me." Okay, at least she know that right off the top. She probably tried to sleep with my man, but my nephew ain't going nowhere. Wait a minute, Hearts of Fire. Wait, you know, some laughs are a nervous laugh. Wait a fucking minute, because it is 9 o'clock. It is 9 o'clock. And this is a Freestyle Friday, y'all. This is what the fuck it is. Hearts of Fire, a.k.a. Elizabeth Michelle Taylor said, "My sister," fuck this shit. "My sister can never stay with me because she might sleep with my man." Now, who got fucking family members that you think? I don't want it. Because 2 things are going on there. You trust your man? Do you trust your man? Because, listen, if my sister threw her whole pussy on my husband's face, he better tackle that shit off like the best motherfucking football player in the whole universe. He better do a WWE wrestling motherfucking move. Okay? He better learn some Bruce Lee karate chop nunchuck moves to get that pussy off of him. It take 2. Shit. Theo said, "I agree, that was foul. He should have talked to his wife. Heck, pay for a motel for X amount of time so they could figure something out." Now that pay for a hotel room. That would have been good. But still, don't motherfucking let me come home and find her in a hotel. Wait till I get the fuck home. And let's talk about it. The fuck? Okay? Right, Arnold, at Elizabeth. Oh no. Right. If my wife can't trust me, divorce papers. Exactly, protagonist. Okay, you got to trust. The fuck? They better be. Okay. Rashmi said, I think he tried to hit on the sister. The sister turned him down, so he put her out. Probably. Shit, I need part 2 to the story. The fuck? Who gonna get part 2 to this story? I want to know what the fuck really happened. Cause who the fuck does that? How do you fucking come home and your whole sister and your nephew is in a shelter? Exactly, protagonist. That's another good point. If we owned more shit and our family members needed some help, like I know a lot of family members that own shit and they still don't let their family members live there or even rent from them. Because you know why, protagonist? It's sad and it's unfortunate, but I have motherfuckers live with me and don't want to pay. Black people, please stop that. Right now, I don't know what the fucking Jewish people do in their community. I don't know. Right? I don't know what they fucking do in their community, but I know what we do in our community, right? If you live with somebody, pay something. I have motherfuckers that just want to live free and want to be messy in my house and shit like that. Like, you inconveniencing me. It's hard, right? So I'm the type of person that, listen, I might put you out, but I'll give you a time frame. I will. Pat said, if you do not have the finances, she would have to apply for public assistance, and I know how to help her get it. That's another option. Great point. She doesn't have the money. Get her on some kind of public assistance, right? And then at least she has money coming in, and she could probably get a place to stay. Rashmi said he went to great lengths to try to cover up the situation. Some psycho shit. Wrote a letter, hid the phone, lied to. Oh, I forgot about the letter. Damn it, Rashmi. That's why you should have jumped on the damn live. Okay? I forgot about the letter. So he wrote a letter, a fake letter that came from the sister, supposedly, allegedly. Right? So he not only kept the sister phone, he wrote a fake letter as if the sister wrote a letter to her sister saying that she was going to stay with some friends. Oh my God. All right. It's a lot. Like, to me, the conversation with my husband, I would really be side-eyeing him because I'm like, you went to great lengths. You put her the fuck out after I traveled out of the state. Then you wrote a fake ass letter, like my sister wrote me a letter saying she decided to stay with some friends. Then you took her phone. That sounds like a Lifetime movie, y'all. That sounds like a Lifetime movie. Okay? Rashmi said Arnold is agreeing. Arnold Gatson is agreeing. Rashmi said, I also think there is more to this. I need to know the history of his crazy. I don't know if this is means for divorce, but definitely a conversation to be had. Oh, hell to the yeah. I don't know if it's divorce either, because we need more. We need more meat, right, with these potatoes. But it's definitely a fucking conversation. First, it's gonna be a crazy conversation because I'm gonna come in bucking. Okay, first of all. Georgie said he got big balls. How did he convince her to leave? I was saying I thought the unalive the unalived her. They must be black white folk will eliminate problems for real. AG says, I'm sorry. I won't co-sign for anybody. I've been through that. However, I will provide shelter. Mm-hmm. I'll lend somebody money first before I co-sign. Rashmi says, sorry, not sorry, but there are some family members that I would not help. Helping them would do me more harm than good for them. And sometimes you have to. But and Rashmi, that would be your decision. They're your family members. And if you decide not to help them, that's okay. But the family member that you do decide to help, and you come home and your husband decided to move them bitches into a shelter. Now that's an aggressive conversation from me. Okay? But I do agree with that. There's some family members I wouldn't the fuck help either. Clive said, hey, Clive, good morning. I agree that a compromise should be discussed. Putting her sister and nephew in the shelter is another angle. The fact that he put her out without any discussion, he has no respect for his wife. Now that I agree with. And that's why I'm coming in blazing. Don't fuck with me and my family that I decided to fucking help. I know it's our house, but motherfuck.
Okay, Rashmi said, if I have a few dollars to give that I won't miss, it's theirs. But no way am I allowing anyone to jack up my A1 credit. Okay. Rashmi said, if you can't pay with money, you have to be great in other areas. Clean up, cook, run errands, baby, something. If you live with me and you can't pay with money, do something. You can't live with me, not pay, be fucking messy, come and go when you want, and just rock and roll out like you pay the bills here. I'll put you out. The fuck? But I wouldn't put my husband's family member out without having a conversation with him and us putting a time limit on it. Yes, coach, I'm trying. I am trying, okay? Theo said at the end of the day, something else is going on. He was wrong. He was trying to cover something up. Like Rashmi said, he probably tried to sleep with her ass. Okay? He was trying to cover something up. His wife should be side-eyeing him because he lacks integrity. Big time. Big time. Okay. Georgie says, some of these platforms don't like for you to say murder. So I am getting used to saying unalived. Oh, true. Because you know what? Facebook and IG is on some shit, y'all. I've been getting alerts that they've been taking down some of my posts and pictures from 2015, 2016. I'm like, man, bye. Your community standards was fucking open in 2015 and 2016. Now that y'all trying to get strict and shit, you trying to go back and penalize me for some shit that I did how many years ago? When your platform was loose, stop trying to Facebook, IG. Stop trying to punish us for old shit. Your community standards each year or every 6 months changes. So when your community standards change, from that point on, get me. Don't go back to the old shit when you ain't have no standards. And try to ding me there. So be careful, y'all, on Facebook, because Facebook and IG is going through some shit. I mentioned the other day that Facebook is starting to force people to set up security protect. All right. And if you don't set up security protect, if your account gets alerted to set up security protect, they're going to give you a certain amount of time to set up security protect. If you do not set it up, they will take your Facebook page down. IG page will shortly follow. I know 2 people right now, one person who lost their Facebook page and IG page, and another person that's being warned they got one more day left before their Facebook page is taken from them. And when I look this up, this is true facts. Facebook is doing this because of the political unrest that we're in right now. And so they are going after accounts that they feel may be targeted for security breaches. So be careful, right? I just have to say that. Pat says, my nephew, his girl, and their daughter stayed with me rent-free until they got their own apartment. That's what family do. I will not co-sign. Been burnt too many times. I agree with that. I agree with that. Protagonist says, I think they going back to the old standard. Because I think Facebook gonna pay people in the future. Listen, maybe they are. I don't know, but whatever the fuck, they need to get it the fuck together. But guys, what the fuck was this? This was Freeeestylllleeee. All right, and so I got some music playing in the background. IG, I'm sure, I don't know if you can hear it. It's playing a little bit. So if you're on YouTube and Facebook, you can hear it. I just want to say, okay, that I appreciate each and every one of you guys for supporting Coffee with Friends platform. I do. This platform continues to grow. It's been 2+ years in the making. And some people might give up on their hopes and dreams after a short period of time. And believe me, y'all, I've been through some shit with this platform. Trust me. Y'all don't know what it's like. And some of y'all know what it's like because a lot of you guys on here have your own businesses and shit. So y'all know what it's like to have a business, okay? And go through the ups and downs of a business. I've been through some serious ups and downs with Coffee with Friends. But I'm going to tell y'all no lie. I'm going to keep growing no matter the ups and downs. Hopefully more ups than downs, right? I'm going to keep growing. I ask you guys to continue to grow with me. Right? Follow my platform. That free support is everything. Come over to YouTube. Okay, I'm telling you guys, as my platform continues to grow, you're going to see less and less and less of me on IG doing this podcast. My podcast is going to go full blast on YouTube at some point. Okay, and so I just don't want to abandon my IG folks because y'all been rocking out with me from the beginning, and my Facebook folks. So that's why I'm giving everyone an opportunity to go follow me on YouTube. All right. Go follow me on YouTube. And protagonist Super Kev is on with his 7 forms of income at 9:30 a.m. So if you are not following the Super Kev, aka Protagonist 52, please do so. Go to the link in his bio and follow him. Also, we have Johnny Leon Hill on here, who goes live on Arts and Crafts on Wednesdays at 8:30. Please go to Johnny Leon Hill's page. Y'all know, even though y'all might not see me on that platform at 8 o'clock at night, I support Johnny Leon Hill's platform 1000%. I am on there a lot of times. My days get hectic, and by 8 o'clock, I'm dead to the world, right? But I support arts and crafts, aka theater and shit. Make sure we are supporting each other. Yoga Girl Saya's on here. She does yoga for men. Go to her platform, follow her. She does yoga meditations for everyone. She has the men's series, she has the everyone series, and she does a lot of other things in African spirituality. Okay, there's a lot of people on here doing things. The general is not on here today, but he's a sports writer. Come on, people, we are on here doing things. Okay, let's support each other, follow each other. Love up on your brothers and sisters. In the meantime, in between time, guys, go to the link in my bio. Make sure you are following me across all my platforms: Facebook, IG, TikTok, YouTube especially. Not only do you go to YouTube and subscribe, you hit the bell so that you get an alert when I go live. And you make sure you comment. You give me the thumbs up. Never the thumbs down. Never. Just the thumbs up. All right. Make sure you do that for a sister. And with that, y'all, this was Freestyle Friday. Hey, let me turn the music up a little bit because peace, y'all. And I'm out. Hey.